Okay, so today I'm gonna talk through my favorite lift, which is the conventional deadlift. Not sumo, conventional, okay? It's my favorite lift for no other reason other than it's my heaviest lift. However, that said, this should be a lift that you attempt a little later in your lifting career because you need to have a lot of posterior chain strength, right? So that means strong lats, an erector spine needs to be strong, calves, hamstrings, definitely your lats, right? Because when we lift down to get the bar up, we're gonna lock our lats back, and without good lat strength, it's gonna be really hard to get the bar off the ground without hunching your back first, and we don't want that. So again, one of my absolute favorite lifts, and that's just the number one reason, because it's heavy. I like heavy shit. I'm a heavy girl. So I'm gonna warm up with 225, but naturally, of course, warm up with maybe just a plate. Ready? Up. At some point in your lifting career, you might also want to invest in a belt. If you don't have one, I lifted most of my heaviest deadlift, I didn't have a belt on. That doesn't mean that you should do that though, because again, you want to make sure you keep your erector spinae very strong and firm and neutral. So this kind of helps keep you more upright. But again, when you're not going that heavy, somebody's gonna argue with me about this. I'd say you don't need it when it's not that heavy, but it is up to you. Like, it's a preference, it's up to you. So we're gonna go over just proper form first, and then I will pull. I like to keep my feet about shoulder width apart. Again, you wanna make sure you're doing reverse grip. That's my preference. I guess you don't have to, but do you. And then you are going to rotate your shoulders back, engage your lats, and then pull. You don't want to just pull with straight back, because that's what's going to end up happening, lower back, in the event that you don't engage your lats. Or in fact, if your lats aren't strong at all, then you shouldn't be doing this lift anyway. Remember what I said in the beginning? You want to make sure you have a strong posterior chain, because that's what's required to get this bar off the floor and the weight with it, okay? So again, we are going to rotate our shoulders back, engage our lats. They should be nice and firm. If you have somebody with you, ask them to touch your lats and see if they are engaged. Because if it's behind you, you might not have good muscle-mind connection, so you might think they're engaged, but they're not, okay? But you need them to be engaged for a good lift. So we're here, we rotate back, we pull. Also, when you're setting up for your deadlifts, my bad, because I forgot, but don't forget this, because when it gets heavy, you don't want to fall off. Make sure you clamp each side so that the plates, because once you start lifting, you might be a little topsy-turvy. You might find that one side is stronger than the other, so you don't want plates to fall off of either side, and then it makes your distribution not even, okay? Which makes it harder to lift. All right, so this is 285 now, but we're keeping the same form again. Like I said, I keep my feet about shoulder width. Some people do a closer, I usually see that with taller men, but again, it's really a preference. I like them about right here. I don't like them too narrow, but that's up to you. And then again, reverse grip, like so. Typically on the rough part of the bar, I don't know if all bars are set up the same, but I like it on the rougher part that has a grip to it, not the smooth part, because it'll be harder for you to grip. Also, invest in some liquid chalk or regular chalk. I don't have any today, but that does help with your grip once it gets heavier, which will be later in your conventional lifting career. But just keep that in mind. So again, I like to make eye contact with myself, but completely up to you. We're gonna reverse grip. We're also gonna brace our core, let me not forget. Yes, I said that your posterior chain is important, but your core is essential as well in any heavy lifting. Your core needs to be tight and engaged. That doesn't mean suck your stomach in. It means keep your core tight and engaged so that it knows what's about to happen, okay? Because that's also a part of the lift. So don't forget good core engagement. So again, same thing. We're not gonna come up butt first, right? And if you do, it don't count. So we're here, I'm gonna sit into it. Sure. This is not my actual top set, but it's close to. This is 315. My top set's like 332, 335, but we're not going for that today. And that's okay. I usually do conventional deadlifts. When I'm going for a PR, I keep my reps short. Like I warmed up at 225, then I went to 285, and now I'm at 315, and I just did 5 reps of 225, 5 reps of 285. Deadlifts are not like a heavy rep. Like how you might do 20 reps on the leg press, deadlifts are not that. You could do 20 deadlifts, but if you can, the weight's not heavy enough, you're probably not really engaging that much of your back to get it up. So it's kind of a useless exercise at that amount of reps, in my opinion. So again, reserve these for your pull days. So I say like a back day of some sort, and just give yourself grace, perfect the form, because it's so easy to hurt yourself deadlifting. Even the fail where it doesn't move, you could pull something. So just be careful, be mindful, and don't ego lift. I cannot stress that enough. Lift what you can, not what you want to. Because trust me, I want to be able to lift for something, but I'm not there. So we're not going to attempt that, okay? It's light. You got it, come on. Big pull, big breath in. Also, I forgot to mention, make sure you're breathing through your deadlifts. I feel like I should have said that, but I didn't. How I breathe for my deadlifts is usually I take a big pull in as I'm pulling up, and then I let it out at the top. The controlled breathing takes time, but it is crucial to keeping your core engaged. You don't want to hold your breath, and you don't want to be like hyperventilating while you're lifting either. So I'm gonna try to give y'all some ASMR of breathing during a deadlift, if I can, but I can't guarantee it. I'm gonna try my best. Let's see. Get it up, it's light. Breathe in. I hope you learned a lot from this conventional deadlift tutorial. And again, remember, you need to strengthen your posterior chain first. I didn't start conventional deadlifting until like maybe 2 years into my journey. I probably could have started sooner, but it's not a beginner friendly lift because it is a compound lift. There's a lot of different things going on at one time. So just focus on training those different motions that are necessary. Get your legs strong, get your back and your lats strong, engage your core, don't skip training core, and then eventually elevate to the conventional deadlift. But don't just skip to it because it looks cool and you see power lifters do it or whatever. You can injure yourself, and we want to make sure we don't do that, okay? And if you need further guidance, of course, as you guys know, I'm a Muscle Mommy strength coach. So all of my clients have strength goals. Not all of them have deadlift goals. Some of them, that's not one of the lifts they want to be good at. But when it is, their training is designed in a way to help this be something that they're good at before they leave me and during their time with me, okay? So hope you learned a lot of things. You know, as usual, let's get active.